going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer update. We are rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window to keep you guys up to date every single step of the way with all the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and do let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what you make of these transfers. So for a change, we're going to start off with the ins. We've only got one story to speak about, and it comes in the form of a new name, Harrison Parker. Now, he's a 16-year-old youth prospect at Manchester United. Fabrizio Romano says that Manchester City are close to agreeing a deal to sign him. Now, because he's not a professional football player, the rules and regulations, they're very different to that of signing a player that is a professional football player. Manchester City can speak with his entourage. Manchester City necessarily don't have to agree a fee to bring him in, but compensation would have to be paid instead. And quite frankly, when it comes to moving a young player from one place to another, it's a little bit more straightforward as long as it is done correctly, and that is the case here with Harrison Parker. Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Manchester City, they've beaten 4 big top clubs to his signature to bring him to the City Football Academy, the CFA, and poach him from Manchester United, which I want to put on the record, it's things you love to see. Moving from Manchester United to Manchester City, to me, Harrison Parker there making the right call. Now, moving on to the outs, we've got the latest on Kian Breckin, and he has left Manchester City on loan, and he has signed for Wycombe Wanderers till the end of the season. Wishing him the best of luck on his loan spell at Wycombe, and hope he has a fantastic loan spell there in North London. Now, speaking of young players and leaving Manchester City, moves us on to Shea Charles. The Mail say that Shea Charles has undergone his medical ahead of a move to Southampton. It is going to be a deal worth £15 million. The fee is believed to be somewhere between £10.5 million to £11 million as an upfront fee to Manchester City, plus some nice add-ons in there. There will be a buyback clause and a sell-on fee included on the deal as well. Now, speaking of another youngster that's going to be leaving Manchester City, takes us on to Taylor Harwood-Bellis, and I wanted to say congratulations to him, the captain of the England under-21 side that's just won the European Championship. It means that demand for him is very high. Fulham, they're interested. West Ham, they're interested as well, according to Jack Gaughan. Manchester City apparently valuing THB at £15 million. Burnley had him out on loan last season. They decided that it was too expensive. THB only has 1 year left on his Manchester City contract, so the fact that City are demanding £15 million for a player that doesn't have much experience at Manchester City, has very little experience in the Premier League, did have a great campaign last season with Burnley. 1 year left on his deal, £15 million. To me, that's a brilliant deal if City are able to get £15 million from any team to sign THB. And if you do sign THB, you're getting yourself a top-class young English centre-back. Captain material, a proven winner as it seemed from the European Championships for the under-21. So whoever does end up signing THB are getting themselves a great prospect, and I would imagine that City will put on a sell-on clause, a sell-on fee clause, and also a buyback clause with that as well. And we can't stop speaking about young players. Moves us on to Carlos Borges. Now, Mark Hendry, who's a Scottish journalist, says that Celtic, they have got no plans to make a move for Carlos Borges for Manchester City. It means that at this moment in time, there's 3 clubs showing a lot of interest in signing the Manchester City young player. City looking for £10 million, more than likely will be a permanent transfer, and it's looking like it's going to be one of Southampton, Nottingham Forest and Borussia Dortmund, the 3 teams showing the most interest in the Manchester City young attacking winger. Now, moving on to some more first team players. Kyle Walker, got the latest on him, and Florian Plettenberg over in Germany. He says Bayern Munich, they're willing to pay 15 million euros plus bonuses to try and sign Kyle Walker from Manchester City. They are confident, they believe that that fee would be enough to get the deal done. However, word coming in from Bayern Munich, they're getting a bit concerned because they've put their proposals forward to Kyle Walker and his entourage. Kyle Walker currently still on holiday, not going to be reporting back for pre-season training until next week. They've heard absolutely nothing from Kyle Walker, and apparently that's causing some concern for Bayern Munich because it's showing that he might not be as interested in signing for them as maybe what they think. Manchester City willing to offer Kyle Walker a new deal to get an extension on his current deal. Currently unaware as to whether it's going to be 12 months with an option of another 12 months or if it's a flat 2-year extension to his deal. At the moment, Bayern Munich, they're willing to offer Kyle Walker a flat 2-year extension, a flat 2-year contract to him with the option of a 3rd year. And what's key here is Kyle Walker's still got 12 months left on his deal, so City give him an extra 12 months. There's the 2 years that Bayern Munich are offering him, so I'm confident Kyle Walker stays at Manchester City. Now, speaking of players and confident of them staying, I'm not so sure about this one, and moves us on to the final transfer and a big update on Bernardo Silva. It's been pretty quiet over the last few weeks, but James Benge at CBS has said that Al-Hilal over in Saudi Arabia, they have informed Manchester City they are ready to pay his asking price. They're ready to pay 70 million euros to make the signing of Bernardo Silva happen. And as I previously stated on my other videos, a player that's as versatile and as high quality as Bernardo Silva in his prime years, 2 years left on his City deal, not just to a Saudi Arabian team because they've got a lot of money, but to any team that's interested. I personally feel 70 million euros is a little bit low for how good Bernardo Silva is and can be. To me, I would be looking to add at least another 20 million euros on top of that. Personally, a Saudi Arabian club comes calling with the amount of money they've got, I'd be asking for north of 100 million euros. He is a top quality player. To me, Manchester City can be getting more money here for Bernardo Silva. Let's not forget Bernardo Silva, with how versatile he is. There's no one else like him out there. More than likely, it means Man City have to sign a central midfielder and a winger, 2 players that are good enough to go into our first team squad. That's going to cost a lot of money, at least £100 million. Net spend, Manchester City love net spend. Are we going to bring in 2 high quality players for our great squad for what PSG apparently are willing to pay for him as well, which is £68 million? Who knows? To me, it could be a decision. Does Bernardo Silva want to stay in Europe? PSG prepared to offer £68 million. Man City could be offering or accepting a little bit less or a little bit more for him to go to Saudi Arabia. You don't have to worry about any European teams, at least for the time being, coming in for him and affecting our potential push to try and win the Champions League again. Who knows? It's a very particular, very interesting, and to me as a Manchester City fan, a little bit concerning. I want Bernardo Silva to stay, but I am not too sure, and I cannot guarantee to you guys that he will stay. And the biggest concern I have is how long it's going to take Manchester City to replace Bernardo Silva, and to me, he is irreplaceable to Manchester City. And I don't think between now and the end of this transfer market is enough time to adequately replace Bernardo Silva. We'll see what direction Manchester City go in. Bernardo Silva, if he communicates to Man City, he still wants to leave and he wants to push for a move for Al-Hilal or PSG and they're willing to pay the asking price, all of a sudden a transfer becomes very, very doable. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. So there we go. That has been the video. Do leave a thumbs up as well. That would be much appreciated. 300 likes is the aim. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button. Press the bell and put your push notifications on daily Manchester City transfer updates to come to keep you guys up to date on YouTube every single step of the way this summer with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. And I'll see you guys again real soon for the next Manchester City transfer video religiously tomorrow. I'll see you then. So having JSGC, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.